Welcome to the cityCURRENT Show, powered by Hagen-Botham Insurance and Financial Services.
This show focuses on sharing good news and powering the good in our community. Now here's your host, Andrew Bartolotta.
Welcome to the cityCURRENT Show, where we bring you in uplifting stories of individuals and organizations making an impact and powering the good in our community and around the globe. I'm your host, Andrew Bartolotta, and today we're diving into one of the most innovative trends in modern business, fractional leadership. Fractional executive market is expected to grow by over 20% annually as more businesses look for cost-effective leadership solutions. Many small to mid-sized companies hiring a full-time chief marketing officer simply isn't feasible, but the need for expert marketing strategy has never been greater. And that's why today we're talking to Cynthia Irons, the founder of High Peaks Marketing. With a career spanning media, tech, and brand strategy, Cynthia saw firsthand how small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and above were struggling to scale their marketing effectively. So she built High Peaks Marketing to bridge that gap. Cynthia, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Of course. Okay, so let's first start off with, why did you start High Peaks Marketing? What was the moment that made you say, I need to build this?
Yeah, I was in marketing for, I want to say forever. It was probably like 20 years at that point. I've been working at really big companies like Gap, Ogilvy, Accenture, trying to help brands scale and refine their messaging. But I kept seeing the same issue over and over. Small businesses, amazing ideas, killer products, passionate founders, but they lack strategic marketing leadership. So after about a year or two, they would be gone. And these are companies that could have probably beat the big guys. And many startups and small businesses, they just, as you said, can't afford a full-time chief marketing officer, but they desperately need the expertise. And that's where I saw an opportunity. And I wanted to build an agency that allows small businesses to access the big brand strategies without the price tag. So in 2018, I took the plunge, left corporate America, and started High Peaks Marketing.
I love it. Okay, so as a fractional CMO, what does your day-to-day look like? How do you balance multiple clients and industries?
So it's very interesting. That term fractional CMO, yes, I go in and I help a company as their chief marketing officer, but it's different than a consultant, at least in my world. I don't just go in, give them a plan, here's your strategy, take it, bye-bye. I and my team will go in and then implement it across every channel. So instead of having a 10-person team in marketing, you have me and my team, and you get the strategy, and then we implement it. So we never take on more clients than we can effectively manage, because I really want to be able to go in there and be part of the team. And a lot of times with small businesses and startups, yeah, you're hiring me to be your fractional CMO and you're hiring my team to be your marketing department. But we're more than that. Like, I'll sit with founders and help them plan out like strategic planning for 2025, 2026, sitting there and talking to them about like their operations, programs, partnerships. More than just marketing, I really go in there as part of like their C-level team and help them make decisions.
I think that's so important, especially for small to medium-sized businesses, because they're carrying so many hats and they are going in so many directions, and they're not able to work on the business because they're working in the business so much, and they've got deadlines, and they're trying to pay their taxes, and they're trying to just stay afloat. And so to have someone that they can trust, you and your team, to come in and sit at the table and not just be part of the brainstorming, but part of the implementation, I think that's where the true value comes in there. What are some of the biggest marketing mistakes small businesses make?
Oh my goodness. I would say not strategic planning. It's more than just saying like, this is my product, this is my baby. And that's the thing with small businesses and startups. Like, that product, that idea, like, that is your child. They know that so well. And as you just said, they wear many hats, but marketing shouldn't be one of them. So I think the biggest mistake is A, drinking your own Kool-Aid, B, not thinking that from the consumer perspective and storytelling, and then not being authentic. And so I really want to go in and work with small businesses to say, Keep one foot out that door. Understand what a consumer sees. Like, you see it as like the best thing since sliced bread, but see what a consumer sees. Always have that perspective. Don't drink your Kool-Aid to the point where you can't see the different perspectives. And then also make sure that you're authentic. That's what customers are driven to. They're really driven to amazing brands with great storytelling. So if you can be authentic in your aha moment, how you talk about your brand or your product, or like, the customer will really attract to that.
Yeah, I think those are great tips. And I know that like everyone loves a good before and after. That's why everyone's addicted to HGTV, or maybe it's just me. But
Oh, I'm here with you.
so being part of, you feel it like you're part of the business as a consumer when you are um, part of that story. And so,
Very much so.
yeah. And so being part of the story, you're able to feel more connected to the business and the products that they sell. And so making sure that you're sharing part of that story, but also I think data is key as well. And so many of the point of sale systems that these businesses have data integration built in on the top selling items, but also the top customers, the MVP. So how do you treat them, make them feel extra special? But also, what are some of the data that you have in your day to day business that you can leverage to not only build the company but foster those relationships within? That's something that I work with some of my friends on, and it's so cool to see that they didn't realize that one of their top selling items was X or Y. They thought it was another thing, and so it's really cool that once you understand the relationship building, but also the data that you have, existing data, and how you can use it to build your business. That's key there. Okay, so
Because the
let's
data doesn't lie. And
true.
I think people always think about marketing as, okay, I'm going to do my competitor analysis. I'm going to audit my current marketing. I'm going to make the strategy. I'm going to execute it. But there's that other point that is about optimization and measurement. Like, data doesn't lie. So if you're really looking at your KPIs and if you're analyzing performance and you're making data driven adjustments, that strategy might not be perfect, but as you're looking at the data, you can adjust it slightly to really maximize it and make it more powerful. And that's why, like, you should be looking at, I look at weekly metrics, monthly metrics, quarterly. Like, I'm constantly in the numbers to see what's working, what isn't working, and how do you adjust? Because it's not like that idea has to be thrown out. And especially for small businesses, you put so much energy into maybe a campaign. Don't throw it out. See maybe if you can make a few adjustments, and then it's gonna really, like, kick butt for you.
Yes, yes. Okay, so I think being in the role of marketing is so fascinating because in today's digital landscape, I mean, it's changing every day. So what trends would you say business owners should be paying attention to throughout, say, this year?
So, obviously, everyone's always talking about the rise of AI. Like, if you don't have ChatGPT on your phone or on your computer, you're probably missing out. But that being said, you have to use these tools, especially with AI, wisely. I like to say it's the cheat sheet you used to have in high school. Don't tell my old high school teacher. But yeah, it's a cheat sheet. Use it as a first draft, use it for ideation, but then put your own spin on it. Make sure that it's in your own voice. It's great for, like, yeah, give me some ideas. But it's also kind of like therapy, like what you put in, you get out. So if you put in some good content, you'll get out some really good ideas. But again, don't copy and paste and put that on your website. Don't copy and paste, put that on your social media. Use it as the first draft. Um, I think the other really thing is, you were just talking about it, community driven, like the community driven marketing. Like, brands that tell a good story are going to win. So, authenticity, consistency, and, like, yeah, using the tools of AI to help you get a jump start, I think are going to be really beneficial.
Yes, I love that you touched on ideation and first drafts for AI because I know some people that ride or die when it comes to AI, and but you can tell in some of their posts, you know, you really need to understand prompting and how to prompt effectively and what tools to use for what medium or discipline. And so I think that's of course why you need to have a CMO and work with someone like High Peaks Marketing, because you may say, oh, I think I have it covered. I've got AI. It is so much more than that,
So
because
much
you
more.
have to be relational, you have to be authentic, like you said, and that doesn't come with just copy and pasting from AI
No,
whatsoever.
no. And authenticity, I think, is so important. It's show who you are. And like that comes across too on your website and your social media and your email marketing. For small businesses and founders who are the face of the company, talk about the behind the scenes, show a day in your life, show people like how much you care about what it is that you are, your service or your product. Because again, that's what people are really gravitating toward. It used to be last year. Remember, like on social media, it was all about like the faceless Instagrams. Now
Yes.
it's show your face, show your product, show your pain points. And that's what people really want. Again, like I think because there's so much technology, people want reality now.
Yes, yes, good point. And I'm so glad that the faceless social media profiles are sort of fading away for true, authentic, transparent, relational building profiles. And
Oh my
so,
gosh, yes. Because
so,
again, like we want real life.
yes,
And
yes,
everyone that
and
means yes, you have to put on shoes now.
yes, yes. And so you're doing this work with so many clients. Share maybe an example of how a client transformed their business with your help.
Oh my gosh. I that's the one thing I absolutely really love is that I'm working with small businesses where I get to see so much change and I feel just so a part of their growth and their excitement and their plan. Like I have a client now in New York City. It's a cosmetic dermatology practice that, with what we've been able to do with email marketing, website, social media, they're now working on a wait list, which for a medical practice, like that's huge for them. That it's not like you could just call that day and go in. Like they're working 2, 3, 4 weeks in advance. So being able to help see real growth really matters to me.
I think there's so much joy in being able to help small businesses because, like you said before, it is their child, it's their baby. And so, not only to see their baby come to life and to grow up, but then to be a part of their aunt or uncle,
Yes, exactly.
as part of that journey, I think is so fulfilling. And it's so cool to see that now they have a wait list and that the work that you're doing is making a difference. Okay, let's talk about advice. So, what would you um, say for those that are opening a business or business owners feeling overwhelmed by marketing? What is a piece of advice you'd give them?
Oh my goodness. Take a deep breath, first of all. Um, None of this is rocket science. I mean, don't tell my clients that, but yeah, it really is a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. You do not have to pay to play. Anyone who tells you you need to spend X to get Y, I do not believe in that, especially for small businesses. I think blood, sweat, tears, organic is your best bet. Any agency that comes to you and promises you that if you pay them, they will get you to X for revenue is also lie. Marketing, small businesses, I can lead you to water. I can help get the clients. There are a lot of reasons why they might not drink. So I get really frustrated when I hear agencies working with small businesses promise them a certain revenue growth. That is not realistic, and I don't want small businesses wasting their money assuming they are going to get to a certain result by paying for something. I think small businesses, what you can do, maximize free tools. Google My Business. It's great.
So underrated.
So underrated. If
Yes.
you're a small business, you're a cleaners, you're a restaurant, you're on like Main Street. If you're not using Google My Business, you are missing out on so much opportunity in your neighborhood. Use it like you would another social media tool. It's very SEO driven. Make sure your caption is right. Make sure that you're posting on audit every week. Make sure that you have reviews. It is attached obviously to Google. So the higher your reviews, the more opportunity your business is going to pop up when someone is looking for cleaners. Use SEO, search engine optimization. This is not also it's a science and an art. Think like you would when you go to Google something. I am in Long Island. I am looking for a cleaners. What am I going to look for? I'm in Manhattan. I'm looking for a restaurant. What am I going to Google? Put those words into your business like you would if you were searching for it. And I think you can really drive awareness without heavy ad sales. Start organically for small businesses. Don't pay to play. Start organically. The better your organic is, then when you are ready to put some money into things, it will work better.
Cynthia, those suggestions are so valuable because they not only remind people of why they're doing what they're doing is to help others in their neighborhood and their region as small business owners, but also to show that there's not this magic wand. It does take blood, sweat, and tears, but it's also about relationship building. And that's where you get those MVP customers that come and clients that come, daily or monthly or whatever that frequency is for your business. And so I think those suggestions and that advice is so pertinent for a small business to thrive. Say a small business is listening or watching and they're going, I need to hire Cynthia and her team today. What do they do? How can they reach out to you? How do they start that conversation?
Yeah, you can find us at highpeaksmarketing.com, on Instagram at highpeaksmarketing. You can DM me personally at Cynthia Irons. Yeah, we're here to help. And that's actually the best part of my job is just watching small businesses grow because, again, all the big guys, yeah, they've got big budgets, but a lot of small businesses have the really cool products and ideas and services that I love seeing grow because, again, like people talk about this all the time. Like when Main Street grows, everything else grows.
Yes. And small businesses are the backbone of our country and our community. And so I think being able to help them thrive is the key, not only for our town, our city, our state, our region, but the country as a whole. So
Completely
Cynthia
agree.
Irons, thank you so much for the work that you're doing to help small and medium-sized businesses in our community, but around the nation. Once again, if you'd like to learn more, please feel free to follow Cynthia on LinkedIn and visit High Peaks Marketing to learn more. Thank you so much for powering the good in our community and around the globe.
Thank you for having me.